Ah, sharks, the terror of the seas, the jaws in Jaws, the only fishies that give us nightmares. Well, usually. Who doesn't get a chill when they hear those two notes? Donna, Donna. Have you ever wondered what life might be like if much, much larger sharks were lurking somewhere out there in our oceans? Say, prehistoric-sized sharks with teeth the size of a Subway 6-inch sub of the day, but made out of shark tooth? Well, that's exactly the sort of fun stuff we'll be thinking about today. Alright, so first things first. What is a megalodon shark? Carcharodon megalodon, the megalodon, which literally means big tooth, is an extinct species of massive, gigantic, very large, very scary shark. The megalodon lived, according to our good friend Wikipedia, between 2.3 and 2.6 million years ago. Yes, from the early Miocene until the end of the Pliocene period, these literal monsters roamed the deep, terrifying fishes and occasionally surfacing to terrify some of our very, very distant ancestors. To give you some perspective, they look a lot like a great white shark, only about 3 times larger. In case you don't know shark specs off the top of your head, the largest great white sharks ever recorded are around 19 feet long and 4,200 pounds, with the average great white being much smaller. Fossils of megalodons indicate they were on average about 33 feet long and could reach sizes as large as 52 feet or maybe even 60 feet long. Cute. Oh, and did I mention their massive, crushing jaws? It's estimated that they could exert a bite force of up to 108,514 to 182,201 newtons, and their serrated, yes serrated, teeth at over 6 inches long per tooth were perfect for ripping through flesh and bone, in case you were wondering where their name Big Tooth came from. On the other hand, some people also call them Meg, short for Megalodon, which is a slightly less intimidating nickname. Hello, Meg. Yikes! Moving on. Why did they go extinct? Long story short, they were killed off by climate change. Not the kind we humans have been rapidly inflicting on the globe with our cars and leaving the water running while we brush our teeth, but the sort that slowly changes things naturally across the planet over millions of years. Over time, changing water temperatures forced the megalodons to relocate, along with much of the other contemporaneous sea life. The oceanic cooling of the Ice Age did not sit well with these warm water dwellers. The competition they faced for food from leviathans and ancient killer whales, yeah, I know, right? Didn't help any of them to survive. The lowering temperatures made it harder for the megalodon to find places to, settle down and have a family. And the relocation and dwindling population of baleen whales likely left them snackless. With all the oceanic predators suddenly confined to a much smaller space, and all the prey similarly struggling with changes to their environment or departing, food became scarce, and ultimately, these creepy pac-men of the salty brine died off, along with many of the other giant sea predators of their time. So what would have had to happen for them to have not gone extinct? Well, basically, if none of that had happened, we might still have megalodons around today. Say the Ice Age never came through, the water would have been warmer, and food more abundant. So essentially, we'd have much more diverse marine life top to bottom in that case. It'd mean more plankton, more fish, more whales. It would also mean we'd likely still also be sharing the planet with some of the other larger predators of the time. So it's not all sunshine and lollipops and giant killing machines named Meg. Predators like the Leviathan, better known as the inspiration for the Leviathan in Moby Dick, or the Titanus, a massive carnivorous bird. How would it affect life today if they weren't extinct? Well, forgetting all that, if just the megalodon were around today, life probably wouldn't be all that different. Not now, anyway. We don't depend heavily on sea transportation anymore to make the world run. That said, the threat of them out there alone could have changed the course of history, if even 1 or 2 major players in our world had decided not to risk running into bitey creep face over here. Plus, megalodons, liking warm water, tend to stay closer to the coast and surface than many other sharks, so you'd probably get a few more sightings of them than their shyer counterparts. And maybe the occasional Meg attack. And I don't mean the one where your cousin Meg eats your ice cream. So, you may be asking, is there any chance the megalodons are still out there? I thought I saw a news story about someone spotting one time. Great question. Well, barring them having adapted and evolved in a major way in the last 2.6 million years, and successfully staying entirely hidden despite being presumably about a 12,000 pound fish, it's pretty unlikely. But weird things have happened. In 1976, they discovered megamouth sharks out there in the deeps, and since then only about 100 have ever been seen. All that said, again, the megalodon's affection for warmer waters near the coast make it unlikely the thing could have gone undetected so long or survived the Ice Age. But hey, maybe some kooky scientist will use its DNA to resurrect the megalodon and all of its fun friends on some island somewhere, which would make a perfectly safe theme park, right? Right, Nedry? Nedry? In the meantime, you can spot the megalodon all over film and TV. For example, Shark Attack 3 Megalodon, featuring esteemed actor John Barrowman, or the dubious pseudo-documentary Megalodon, The Monster Shark Lives from Discovery Channel. Or you can check out a model of its uncomfortably massive jaws at the American Museum of Natural History in beautiful New York City. So to sum it up, the Megalodon was an unsettlingly giant shark. It went extinct because the water got too cold for it. But if the water had stayed as it was, or the Megalodon had adapted, we might have ended up with Megalodons swimming around menacingly today. If that were the case, they'd probably eat the occasional surfer and deter Swedes from doing that thing they do where they drive their liquor around the world on a boat for some reason. But it's almost definite that there are no Megalodon sharks out there. You're safe, for now. If you enjoyed this video, then why not subscribe? Hit that bell icon as well so you're more likely to get notified of our noble answers to your burning questions. Also, if you have any questions you want answered, make sure to tell me in the comments section down below. And to keep filling your brain with regal knowledge, check out these videos here. They're magnificent.